Hello heathens and welcome to my channel. I am Beauty Heathen and my channel is frequently but not always dedicated to the exploration of paganism through the medium of cosmetics. But as anyone returning to my channel has already figured out and already knows, my content has become more diversified since I started my channel, and I now delve into things such as ritual work as well as I do readings as well. Today isn't quite what I expected I was going to do today. I was going to do this segment and then I was going to show you something on top of it using some of the things that I bought, but it's late. You'll have to forgive me. It's been a very long day and it's taken the energy right out of me. So I figured I'd show you guys what I recently got at a botanica, which is generally a Spanish name for a place you would go that's kind of like a pagan store or a spiritual store. They tend to cater to people from all walks of life for whatever spiritual purposes you need, but frequently they tend to more gravitate towards people who are of pagan ritualistic practitioners. They sell goods that largely cater to the Spanish magical communities, such as those who may be Santeria, Yoruba practitioners, and so forth. But as long as you know what you're doing and you purchase the right things, anyone can pretty much use these things. And there's nothing really big or special in the order that I did. I was not having a huge amount of funds, but I needed a few things, which I'm going to get. I'm going to show you one of them. I have a number of candles, but I bought, I think, 5 of one kind, and I also bought 2 of one kind. The only reason why I'm showing you these types of things is because if you want to get similar things when I go to do rituals or anything of that nature, you see what they are so that you can get them yourself if that is something you want to do. I'm not trying to tell you you have to. You absolutely do not. I highly recommend you watch my how to make a ritual candle video, and I'll post it somewhere up here so that you can see what I mean when I say these things are not required. You can use things very easily out of your own kitchen. And herbs. What is my light doing today? My light in my camera is going a little floopy. Make up your mind what tone you want to do. Sorry, it keeps going in and out. Anyway, if you like this kind of content, if you like the things that I'm putting out, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, and ring that bell to be notified of any time I release new videos. But let me get into some of the things that I purchased. And these are things that I will largely be using on my channel, mainly because I want to show you guys different techniques to use with your candles. So I have different color glitters. There's more of those coming out, but I bought black, silver, gold, I think red, green, blue, and purple, I think. I don't remember off the top of my head, but we will find out. I bought Raíz de Anamu, or root of Anamu. I forget what this is for. I will have to Google it. I bought cassia chips, which if I recall correctly can be used in love magic. This And the reason why I'm showing you this particular kind of candle is for a reason. This is just a pink candle, but the glass is the type where you can pull the candle out. I will show you the other type of candle that they have where you cannot pull the candle out. I want to be able to show you different techniques to bless and anoint your candles when you get them in whatever state they come in. So these are just some pink candles. I got 2 of these, so I'm just showing you the one. And I will link the Botanica that I bought these from down below, because especially if you are a new practitioner or somebody who doesn't have a lot of money, which we definitely are in those times right now with a lot of people in a very uncertain position, which again is why I keep saying you could easily get tea candles from the dollar store and still do this kind of thing. You do not need to spend a lot of money, but I particularly want to link this Botanica because they are one of my favorite stores when I need a lot of candles, and they sell them pretty cheaply. If you bought these same candles from a Pagan store or from any other place online, it would cost you probably 1.5 times to twice as much, with exception of their pre-made, pre-carved candles. Those are like $40 a piece. But this particular Botanica is the manufacturer of these products. So when it comes to buying candles or some of these ritual things, they tend to be more inexpensive from this Botanica. For my own preference, I don't really care for their oils, but that's just me. I will forewarn you that if you do get their oils, I advise getting a small container, because I have noticed that they tend to crystallize. I don't know why. It's just something that I have personally noticed. I tend to save up money and buy oils from Azure Green or other. You can even get them in the grocery store, as long as they're good quality essential oils. But this is black cohosh. Unlike when you may go to Azure Green or another store, if they have another supplier for their herbs, they don't put down the purposes of their herbs on these bags, so I will have to go into the meaning and purpose of them later. If this is gold, this is blue, this is silver, black. I know the bottles are opaque, but I can kind of see the color through it. I bought dragon's blood resin. Now, dragon's blood tends to be my favorite plant. I actually used to have one, but unfortunately it died. Dragon's blood can have many sources. The primary source of dragon's blood comes from an endangered species of Dracana, if I recall. And the only place where you can find and see these trees is in Yemen. They have like their own island with these trees. And they are known as the true dragon's blood tree. Many times when you're getting things like resins or oils, there are, I believe, 2 other species of dragon's blood plants that you can obtain this type of resin from. They are also dragon's blood plants, but they're not necessarily the tree. One of which is a vine, which, if I recall correctly, if you get the resin from it, the resin doesn't dissolve in oil, which if you're making anything like if you wanted to put some resin in an olive oil to make your own dragon's blood oil, that would be good for ritual purposes. But some resins will dissolve, others will not. It depends on their source, and unfortunately they don't stipulate what the source of their dragon's blood is, so I don't know if it would be suitable for that. But no matter what dragon's blood resin you get, they are suitable for ritual purposes in different ways. You'll have to forgive me. They package these things very, very, very carefully so as to prevent them getting broken in transit. These UPS bags, what I do is, besides the one that is already taped on itself that you can't reuse, I save these that have not been sealed, and what I'll do is I'll bring them into work so that they can use them for shipping and packaging, and that way they don't go to waste. Let's see. Aha. Okay. This is one of the candles that I bought several of. This is a peace candle. These are what I use when stuff isn't going so well, generally with a person. And what you do, let me just show you, they have the dove with the front, it says La Paz, peace. And what you do is, you can see that the wick is really long. A little tip that you can do, they leave these wicks long on purpose, which is why ritual specific candles are very different than the ones that you would buy like at the dollar store. Those have their wicks pre-trimmed to the optimal length, generally speaking, not always, but generally speaking. The reason why when you buy actual ritual candles from a ritual magic supplier, manufacturer, ritual store, pagan store, they leave these wicks long so that if you need them to act quickly when you're doing the magic, you literally want to take the wick, and I'm sorry, my hands are going to be in the way for a moment, and knot it. Basically all you do is you spin it on itself and you slip the end of the wick just like a regular easy knot. I hope that's visible. If you can see that, it looks like a little pretzel. And then you just pull it tight so that it gets knotted. And if you need these candles to act fast and strong, obviously you always want to smoke cleanse any candles or any supplies that you get before you use them, because you never know if the person who was handling them was having a bad day, or if people who were going in and around the store were in bad moods at all, and you never want that energy in your own candles or in your own products. So I recommend smoke cleansing them, and after you've knotted it, what you can then do is take a piece of paper, hold the image of the person in your mind, write the person's name down on the paper. If you know it, put down their date of birth. And then what I usually do is I take a piece of masking tape, or if you're going to leave it in one place, you put the candle directly on the name and then you light it. And it was last Wednesday, I had lit one of these because I was having difficulty with somebody. and it burned down entirely in, I want to say it was just over 48 hours. So be prepared that if you're having difficulty with somebody, this candle was $6.95. If you're having difficulty with somebody, buy 2 or 3 of them. Because if it burns down super fast the first time, that means it's working really hard and it's working really strong to correct that person's behavior. And when it starts to get low, I would say about to this point, you want to prep the next candle of the same type, the same way, not the wick. And if you can, if you have long matches or some way of reaching down and getting the flame from the candle that's already burning and then light it to the next candle. And basically what that does is it just reaffirms and re-strengthens the energy of the next candle with the same intention. At least that's what I personally do. If you can't do that, it's not a huge deal. Just light a match or use your lighter or whatnot to light the next candle. It's fine. It's just, personally for me, that's what I do, just as a little boost. And these are my tried and trues. They always have my back. They always protect me, and they always work. So that's my little tip. I wanted to show you, and I plan on showing you next week, how to make something called cascarilla powder, which is another way of making your environment more peaceful. You okay? Sorry, I startled my puppy. And especially in times like these where that's important. This is just another piece candle, so I don't have to pull that one out. Like I said, I got several of them, so because I had reasons. Obviously, yep, another piece candle. I'm not taking these out because I don't need them right away. This is another candle, but which one? Okay, it's not a candle. These are the pull-out candle holders. Because this facility makes their own candles, they have stock of these. And I will buy these directly from them frequently. They're less than $3 a piece. Because when I buy the white candles like I show you in the video that I did on how to make a ritual candle, these are just easy for me to plop the candle down inside it. Obviously, always smoke cleanse in and out. Same reasoning. But plop the candle down inside it, light it, and that way I know it's protected in a safe environment. I bought 2 of those for just that reason. This might be the second one. Hopefully I don't stumble on anything broken. I don't think I will. They tend to be really careful about how they package things. I will say from personal experience, yep, this is the other one, that if you do receive anything broken, their customer service is phenomenal. All they ask is that you take a picture of it. I would suggest leaving it in the bag, just taking a picture of it in the bag, send them the picture, and they will send you out a brand new one. They're really fast with shipping. They're very prompt. They are absolutely one of my go-to places to buy things. especially when I can't find them at my local Pagan store. Yep, here are the other glitters, green, purple, and red. I bought one vial of each color that they had. You don't have to buy glitter from them. You can get it at like a local craft store. I actually have somewhere, and I think it's downstairs, little tiny tubes of glitters, which I also plan on using on the channel for the same purpose. I got them on Amazon. They were really, really cheap. There is a reason why I bought glitter. And not for cosmetic purposes. Okay, this is the same pink candle. Let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 is downstairs. What other candles did I get? I know I need one more peace candle. Don't mind me just tossing things out of the way. Huh. Hang on a second. I've gotten 2 pink candles. This is the second one. Okay. Maybe this one wasn't the second pink candle. When you lose track of everything you purchased. Let's see. One of those is going to be the other peace candle, but the other is not. Oh, right. Right. I bought a green candle. I had bought... It's still a pull-out candle, like the pink one. Because I wanted to show you a prosperity ritual. Which one is this? The other peace candle. Whoop, 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 whoop. Don't drop things. That would be bad. And what color is this one? I put 2 pink, a green. Is this also green? I don't think so. Ah. Maybe it is. Oh, a silver candle. I will show you why. They call it gray, but it's silver. Silver and gold are also for prosperity. Generally around the new year, I do a big ritual for basically people in the world, whether I know them or not. And the ritual is to bring people healing that they need, happiness, health, prosperity. I always do it karma based so that if people have earned it, they get it. If they haven't, well, that's up to the universe to decide, not me. But yeah, this is my quote-unquote unboxing. Now, if you wish to follow along in the stuff that I'm showing you, sorry, thirsty, I needed a drink. If you get the bigger candles from the dollar store, I recommend getting something kind of like this. It could be even a fingernail file, but you could use X-Acto knives. If you have ever done any kind of pottery or clay sculpting, you might have these tools or something similar to them. I got these only because I wanted to show you guys how to carve a candle, and you can do things like put sigils on it, carve out names, date, write down your wishes on the candle. I think I said sigils already. I don't know. It's late. I'm tired. Sorry. I will get into all that kind of stuff at another time, but I wanted to kind of try to make things as easy as I can, so just make sure you have some herbs on hand. Again, doesn't have to be anything fancy, doesn't have to be dragon's blood resin or black cohosh, cassia bark, or anything fancy. Could just very well be herbs out of your pantry. All you have to do is go to Google and type in magical uses for, and then type in the herb name, and it will bring you up to a number of different sites that will let you know what the spiritual purposes of different herbs can be. Most of them, well, no, all of these herbs are multi-purpose. If you feel pulled to use an herb that may not even coincide with what you're doing, use it anyway. There's a reason for it. It's not always going to make sense, but that's what you do. When you're getting into any sort of spiritual practices or magical workings, the best thing to do is go with what pulls you. No two people's magic is going to be the same, and if you feel drawn to do it, do it. No one can tell you not to. It's your magic, your intention, your spell. And I hope that's helpful. I will also link down below if you want to get a pack of cheap glitters, not these. I will link down below the ones that I got off Amazon. They were very cheap. They're small vials, but they have a lot of micro glitter in them. I know that because one of them popped open and I had to try to scoop it all back in, and it was not easy. So just a forewarning, the bottles pop open easily. Just forewarning, be careful. But yeah, with that, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I hope I've imparted some tips for you, not just showing you what I bought, to kind of assist you in the meantime. And this weekend I will try to unearth my mortar and pestle so I can actually go through the process of demonstrating to you how to make herb blends that you can store in little jars or Ziploc bags, whatever works for you. Just make sure you put a label on it, write down what the name of the herb blend is or what it's for. And I want to show you how to make cascarilla powder. So if you were able to get eggs despite the panic buying, save your eggshells. That's what I'm gonna give you the advice to do. I have mine soaking in some water. I want to get, well, on Monday I have white vinegar coming in my grocery order because they have nothing in the grocery store where I am, so I had to do a grocery order and I have white vinegar coming because I like to do a combination of some water and some vinegar to kind of make sure that you clean off and sanitize the eggshells. Obviously you don't want anything salmonella, not that it's anything you're consuming, but still, let's try to keep things as clean as possible. And vinegar tends to be a good sanitizing product as long as you're not looking at viruses. So with that, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'm sorry this wasn't more interesting than this, but I promise I have many ideas, many plans for content coming, and on Friday I will do another reading. I have an interesting plan to do one that kind of came from the one I did on Tuesday, so if you have not seen that one yet, I recommend you go watch it, pick your card, see what form of healing is going to be the most beneficial for you during this time of stress, strain, and anxiety. And until next time, I wish you love, I wish you safety, I wish you good health, I wish you prosperity, I wish you all the peace in the world, and most of all, I wish you brightest blessings. And until next time, blessed be.